My name is Tammy, and I'm 44 years old. I had the gastric sleeve surgery on February 4th, 2015. My highest weight was 289 pounds. Day of surgery was 260 pounds, and now I fluctuate between 165 and 170. My entire life, I've struggled with my weight. I was in my first weight loss children's camp at 8 years old. When I hit puberty, I had found out that I suffer from polycystic ovarian syndrome. PCOS is what the short term for it is called. And that's a huge reason that causes my obesity. And I got a handle on it, and I still was always like around 200 pounds for a long time. I went to Lean Line, that was aging myself, and Weight Watchers for years. Weight Watchers I did well on. I'd lose it and then gain it back. It'd take me a year or 2 years to lose it, and then it would come back in just a couple months. So I was like, oh, I don't have to diet anymore. This is gonna sound crazy, this might make me cry, but when my son, my youngest son was 1 year old, he was diagnosed with cancer. He had a tumor, and he fought and he survived. He was fine, it wound up being benign. But when I looked at him, this little 13-month-old baby, and saw how he fought and could survive, I wanted to do that myself, and my health and my weight. And that's when I got serious about making a permanent change. I was very prepared. I prepared for it for about a year and a half, almost 2 years. I did a lot of online research. I talked with people. I joined support groups because I wanted to know everything before I went under the knife, because I figured that the more knowledge I had, not the easier it would be, but it would be a little bit easier. It was almost exactly how I thought it was going to be. The one thing that surprised me though was the energy that I had. Once I got through the first 4 or 5 days, which were awful, more so from the anesthesia. I don't do well with anesthesia, so it was very nauseous. But once I got through that, like I hadn't even lost a single pound yet. I had so much energy. I felt like I could fly. Like I had so much energy. I didn't know what to do with it. So I started walking, because that's all at the time that I was able to do. And then once I was cleared to do more, I started jogging. Then I started running. And since I ran about over 55 Ks, a 10K, a duathlon, I do CrossFit training, it just snowballed. And that amazed me, because I was always the one sitting on the sidelines. I never did anything. I had asthma. I still do have asthma, but with an inhaler, I can take care of it now that I've lost, 130 pounds. I can breathe. With this surgery, I'm maintaining almost 4 years now, so. The first year that I was losing, he was kind of preparing. And then he had the surgery about almost exactly a year after I did. And he's lost 160 pounds or something like that. And he's maintaining really well. And having him and myself doing it together, it's so nice to have somebody that is so close with me understand exactly what I'm going through. Like if I eat too much and I start sneezing or my eyes start watering, he's like, you overdid it. I'm like, yeah. So like we totally understand exactly what each other's going through. It's brought us so much closer too. Last summer, my husband and I, we renewed our vows. We were married 18 years, and we took our boys and all our closest friends and family that have supported us through this whole journey, and we got remarried on the beach and had a big party. And I got to wear a pretty dress, and I felt beautiful, because on my actual wedding day, I wanted to feel beautiful, but at 250 pounds, it's hard. And I look back at those pictures, and I was so happy, and my wedding day was one of my best days of my life. But my vow renewal it even topped that. I felt like a princess. And so did he. He looked amazing, our children, and to have everybody there, it was like a new beginning to everything that we've been through. Women's journeys with this are different than my journey because of the polycystic ovarian syndrome, and we tend to lose maybe a little slower because it's all hormonal. And I was noticing that a lot of women were like having the same issues as me with PCOS in the sleeve. And they just wanted someone to talk to about that. I started an online support group about a week after I had my surgery, and it's flourishing. And it's a support group for vertical sleeve gastrectomy and PCOS, polycystic ovarian syndrome. And it's on Facebook, and I get requests every day. I go into other support groups when a lot of women are posting, you know, does anybody suffer from PCOS? I notice that my results are a lot slower than others. And I'll say, come join us. And they do, and they're like so happy, because it can get frustrating if you see somebody just losing and you're like, well, why can't I? I'm doing the same exact thing. Well, hormones play a big role in that. And I've also inspired about 6 of my friends, and my husband also, a few of his friends, to improve their life with bariatric surgery. And to see them now, and they're so happy, and they cry when they see me. They're like, thank you so much. You helped me change my life. You helped me be who I've always been. And that's how I feel like. I feel like I'm who I always was, but was afraid to be her. And now I'm not. When they approach me, I just tell them, you have to be willing to put the work in. It's not just, okay, I'm gonna have this surgery and I'm gonna be skinny. That's not how it works. You still have to eat right, exercise, and they go hand in hand. If I don't exercise, I fall off. If I don't eat right, I fall off. They have to go in hand. I would tell them, you need to get serious about that before you even step in the doctor's office. You have to be willing to make these changes for life. It's not just for the first year. The first year is, I call it the honeymoon phase, because you're gonna lose weight. I don't care if you follow the program, you're gonna lose to your best potential, but you're going to lose weight either way. Then once that shuts off, after the first year or so, it's all you. And that's why when some people say, oh, you cheated, or, you know, you took the easy way out. I get that a lot. And then, yeah, I cheated death. That's about it. You know, I'm where I am now because I fight every day for it, between eating right and exercising. If you're very sure about this, make sure you change your life now, because it'll be that much easier after. Because if you don't make the changes before, it's a huge, oh my God, what did I do?